Good morning, museum friends and families. It's Miss Teal from the San Diego Children's Discovery Museum of Escondido, California, here today to teach you one of my favorite art projects, kinetic sculpture building. Well, the very first kinetic sculptor that I learned about was a man named George Rickey who lived about 100 years ago. His father taught him how to sail, and his grandfather was a clockmaker who taught him how gears worked. When he was a little older, he joined the Army and worked as a mechanic on aircraft during World War II. He learned what makes planes fly. All those things came in handy when he decided to become a sculptor. Sculptors are people who make art that is three-dimensional. It's meant to be seen from all three sides. Are you ready to make a kinetic sculpture? Oh, by the way, kinetic means once something is in motion, it stays in motion, kind of like your little brother or sister. Join me over at the art table. To begin our kinetic sculpture, first we need to make a heavy base. In order to do that, let's get into our recycle bins and either find something like a clean tin can that doesn't have any sharp edges. Make sure and get that checked out by a grown-up. You can also use a plastic container with a pop on top. I like those very much. You can fill it with rice. You can use a cup and fill it with beads. That would work well to make a heavy base as well. Then after that, you need to make a top to go on either your cups or your tin cans. You can do that by tracing the tin can or cup and then cutting it out, folding it in half taco style, and taking either your scissors or a hole punch. So let's make a hole in the middle of the top that goes on our base. We're going to tape down using either masking tape, something like blue painter's tape. Duct tape is great as long as there's a little help around to help cut it or tear it off. Then you're going to use scraps of colored paper, anything that you can find that's interesting around your house. These are Post-its. You can also see pieces of the tape that have become part of the decoration. Now you have a great heavy base with a top and a hole in the center for your mast. Now I'm going to stick my mast in. I'm just going to push it until it stops in the rocks or the beams, and then I'll tape it just to make sure it's secure. It will look like this. Then I'm going to start putting in the spacers. Now spacers can be things like cardboard that you found in your recycle bin that you've rolled around a pencil and taped. I happen to have hole punched this one so that it slips right over the top of my mast like this. I can keep using different things. I can use wood beads or pony beads. I can use colored pastas. You can find the recipe for this at sdcdm.org in my lesson plan. I'm going to build up a little height, and then I'm going to insert a boom. A boom is something that we're going to decorate to catch the breeze and rotate around our sculpture. I used a pipe cleaner that I wrapped around a pencil and then put a loop in. There's the loop. I'm going to slip it over my mast and then tighten it just a little bit. It doesn't have to be the same length on either side. Then I'm going to use another spacer, and then I'm going to use a different kind of boom. This is a milkshake straw that I've hole punched. These also make great beads if you cut them. And insert right over the top. Now can you see my two beams and my spacers? It's already beginning to look really cool. I'm going to finish. You guys do the same while I'm building mine, and then I'll meet up with you to finish our sculpture with the sails. Here you can see the sails attached to my booms, and look how well it spins. That's when you know you've done a great job of making a kinetic sculpture. I'm sure you're going to do wonderfully. You can use things for sails like scraps of construction paper, cardboard that you found in your recycle bin. Craft foam does wonderful things when you bend it and cut it and hole punch it. Post-its are always great too. You'll have to make sure everything is balanced and that nothing runs into one another. I know you're going to do fantastic things with this kinetic sculpture based on the artwork of George Rickey. Tag me on Facebook and I'll make sure and respond to the work that you do. For more online activities that inspire children's minds, bodies, and hearts, go to San Diego Children's Discovery Museum online at sdcdm.org.